Welcome to BilSlough.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your host for today, Mr. Y. Callum.
It's a Y Callum, manager of Slough, the best there's ever been. Y Callum, it's a Y Callum, look out for his dog, yes he's got a lovely dog.
Hello, my name's Y Callum, and this is the BilSlough series, a Slough Town Regionairre that is 8 seasons deep. However, this is a new start, a new beginning, where I wanted to give you a quick rundown on what exactly the save means, what we've done so far, so you could potentially seamlessly drop in to, yes, Football League Slough. Come on, Football League Slough. So before we go into anything further, I want you to know the rules of the save. This isn't just a Slough Town save, it is a Regionairre. Now, a Regionairre means you can only sign players within a certain region to be able to go further within the save. And we chose the region of BilSlough. Now, believe it or not, BilSlough does not exist, and we'll quickly show you the region after running through the rules. But this is how you qualify for a BilSlough passport. So first of all players through the Slough youth system, regardless of where they are from in the world, they qualify for a BilSlough passport automatically. We've already had one from Finland and one from Denmark make their way through. But if I'm honest with you, we've not had an awful lot through the youth system, an area we need to improve upon. If they were obviously born in the BilSlough region, which is a very, very large region, sort of central and south in England, or if they've played for Slough for 3 years. This is very important, this one. The exemptions are Slough are allowed to have 3 non-BilSlough players, almost like your non-EU players. We're allowed to have 3 of those, and these players will qualify for a BilSlough passport after 3 years. Because, of course, if they've played for the club for 3 years or they've been contracted for the club, we're paying them a wage for 3 years, they do qualify as a BilSlough player, and then a slot is freed up. The original squad, which isn't as important for now, because if I'm honest with you, there's none of them left after 8 years. They all had an automatic BilSlough passport. So let's have a look at the region. Central southern England is where we're looking at. The Isle of Wight, Hampshire, Berkshire, Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Milton Keynes, London, which has been the main one if I'm being completely honest with you, Surrey, Worthing, Sussex, East and West, Kent, Canterbury and Medway sneaking in there. They are all the places which qualify for a BilSlough passport. Shall I show you the filter that my wonderful mod Diz made? So if I wanted to sign a player, I could come onto the player search screen, go onto this filter, and these are all the different places we could sign players from: Tunbridge Wells, Woodstock, Maidenhead, Worthing, Guildford, Chobham, Redhill, Didcot, Totton, Andover, Cowes. There's a lot of different places in there, and that makes you think, wow, the amount of players that you could find within this save. You must have no issues signing players. That's where you're wrong. That is where you're wrong. For context here, out of all of those areas, and if we go for players who are slightly interested in transfer, in the entire world, there are 189 players. That's it. 189 players available for a free transfer right now. If I then add in contracted players, that takes it up to 258 players who are available right now. That's obviously not including the ones we've got within our squad. But when you think, okay, 258 players, that's still quite a lot of footballers. You only need 11 on the pitch. Then you go more specific. So, for example, if you need a new goalkeeper, you can already see we've got one on trial there. There are only 20 in the region. Now, these are all ones who you would assume are interested in joining, but are they all good at football? I don't know. Tommy Reed here. Great, looks okay. He's 5'9", doesn't make the grade. And you go through them all. Dean Campbell, once again, not quite up to it, 20 years of age. It makes it very, very difficult to find the correct fit for your squad. So that's why sometimes you have to break the rule. You have to get one of your non-BilSlough slots. And I'll be honest with you, every season they're full. And we do have these dilemmas of sometimes we need to get rid of one. to be able to get another in. We've had to do it in this season. We've had to do it in previous seasons as well, where you have to start going, are they actually good enough to qualify for a BilSlough slot? Now, Andy Stockbridge is a central midfielder we've had now for 3 years. Born in Birmingham, he's entering a season where we do not need a non-BilSlough passport for him, which is fantastic. So he actually is now just a BilSlough regular, a local of the area, despite being born in Birmingham. And so this is what you've got to do. You've got to find these players. You've got to keep them around for long enough. It's not easy. When you talk about notable players from the save as well that I'd like to introduce you to, none are more notable than club legend Hamzad Kargbo. Hamzad Kargbo is, I think, 6 games away from being the all-time appearance maker at the club. However, he is walked all over everyone else for goals. 202 goals he has scored in 316 appearances for the club, spanning between 2023 and 2032. We initially signed him on loan, and we then got him on a free transfer from QPR. He is from the region. He's from the BilSlough region. He is from London. I tell you what, for a second, I thought, oh my goodness, what if he wasn't? And I've been cheating this whole way. Imagine if he was just in Huddersfield. I was like, what? Anyway, he is from London. He has 11 caps for Sierra Leone as well, Hamzad. But what a player he's been. We're embarking on the Football League now, which, who knows, will it be a step too far? And if it is, you know what, we'll look back on Kargbo as one of the legends of this save regardless. That then takes us to what has actually happened within the save so far. Major spoilers. You know we're in the Football League, but this is literally each position of what happens. So if you want to go back and watch chapter 1 of us in non-league, lots happened, I can promise you that. All the YouTube videos are on the channel in the playlist named chapter 1. Here we go. So we started off in 2023 with... I tell a lie, with a 16th placed finish. Not great. We stayed up. We really weren't very good that season. We then finished 2nd and lost in the playoffs. It's a theme. The next season, we finished 7th and lost in the playoffs. And then we went into our 4th year in the Vanarama South, and after finishing 3rd, we finally won in the playoffs. That then meant we would move on to the Vanarama National League, where you would have thought not a lot of difference between the two leagues. We should be fine. First season, we finished respectively 12th. Didn't really challenge, if I'm being completely honest with you. Then we finished 4th. We did challenge that year. We were so close to getting in that top 2 playoff positions. However, we were resoundingly beaten by Rochdale, who've gone on to win League 2 last season. And the following year, I'm not sure why I said season, so strange. The following year, we finished 2nd. We were a win away from potentially getting the automatic spot. We didn't get it, and then Wimbledon battered us in the playoff semi-final to mean another year in non-league. However, it was 4th season lucky for the 2nd league in a row. But this time we won the division. We won it at a canter, 100 points to our name, and our trophy cabinet finally got a new trophy in it with the Vanarama National League. Obviously, soon this will be full with European trophies, Premier League trophies, Carabao Cup, maybe even a Papa John's. Is Papa John's still a thing? I genuinely don't know. This is the first time I've managed in the Football League so far this save. Yes, it is May. This is what the club looks like when you join the save as well. We're in League 2. Obviously not kicked a ball yet. Our media prediction is 24th, understandably so. We are a very lowly rated side. We have some new players who we will introduce to you briefly soon. However, looking down at the legends list, as I said, Hamzad Kargbo well and truly within that. Danny Imre, another player of ours, got 32 assists last season in our promotion season in the icon status. Kind of love that. You know, and I am there, you know, I've only got 2 promotions, I've only been here for 8 years, in favoured personnel. We take it at least, but the Rebels are a team on the up. So here's our records, which you can have a quick scan over if you want to pause it. Our biggest win, 8-2 against Froome in 2026. Our biggest defeat was 5-0 against Eastbourne.
We don't talk about Eastbourne.
But we never mentioned that one ever. The highest scoring match is 7-5. Obviously, as I've said already, Hamzat Karbar, top goal scorer of all time. He scored 50 goals in one season at one point, 43 league goals in that year. Our most assists was Danny Imre last season. Our most clean sheets is Dylan Aday. So lots and lots to look at. We have built a real history at this club. So to start off with, we may be in the 19th of July, but I can talk about the released players. 4 players who, 3 of which were quite notable for our side. Dermilou Sala, a player who was with us for a number of years, initially signed as a really, really exciting player. He just isn't quite good enough for the Football League, in my opinion. And we've had to obviously move everyone on to professional deals now. And I just didn't feel he was worth it. At 28, Dermilou Sala, unfortunately not found a new club yet. Hopefully will do. Charlie Robinson, this one hurts a little bit, if I'm honest with you. He scored the goal that basically sent us up last season. 12 goals, 15 assists, 6 player of the matches, a 6.99 rating in 228 appearances. Last season, he really didn't feature very much at all. We possibly could have brought him with us, but we decided against it. And you know what? This is a sad one. We salute you, Charlie. And finally, a man who's probably the most notable out in the release column. 78 games for the club. Started pretty much every game last season. Ezra Mayers, a really good centre-half who would probably start for us this season, if I'm being honest. Just was absolutely adamant he was leaving. And it's a disappointing one, but Ezra Mayers is gone. So I think it's time to introduce to you the 3 non-BilSlough players. The first one is a player who we've had a year at the club already. Justin Briley had an unbelievable season last year. 4 goals, 22 assists in 44 games with an average rating of 7.28. Our left wing back, we're giving him another chance this season. We will need to get another left back in, which we haven't currently. As I say, 19th of July, still time. However, Justin Briley comes in. He is from Huntingdon, which is not in the BilSlough region. The next one is John Ogbenaya, a new signing this season, the Nigerian with under 20 caps to his name. I mean, look at him. Look at those mental attributes. Outside of work rate, everything is green at worst. His physical attributes are really good. He can't jump at 5'9", but other than that, John Ogbenaya is genuinely someone who I think is the sort of player that you look at and he takes you to the next level. He is born in Gwadabawa, Nigeria. I believe he's the first player that we've had outside of the non-BilSlough region who isn't English, actually, which is really interesting. But yeah, John is in and we're excited about him. He's come around the Football League a little bit. He actually played 36 games in League One for Bromley a couple of years ago before going back to Nigeria. I can't believe we got him for free, if I'm honest with you. John Ogbenaya is in. And the final of the 3 non-BilSlough region is a player who I am incredibly excited about for 2 reasons. Number 1, look at him! Look at him! He's so good! He's such a good striker. But secondly, when we played our Slough save last year, we had a player called Super Marky Wilson. Super Marky Wilson. And he did his ACL. He looked not dissimilar to this Mark Wilson. Did his ACL and he was never the same. This is Mark Wilson, the second coming, and I am so excited to have him. Mark Wilson, he was born in Matlock, so not in the BilSlough region. He's played 4 games in his whole career, but he's going to score that many goals in his first game, probably. Let's run you through the outs before we go into the ins of the club. Quite a few names who have been around the block for a while. Most of all going out on loan, though. We've lost Owen Gallagher on a free transfer. Always inevitable, that one. A left back for a number of years for us, but didn't really feature last season. The loan deals, Oni Koiven and Louis Copley, Sebi Nygaard and Annie, a new signing, free signing from Tottenham Hotspur. All of them going out on loan, as well as Jasper Powell. Now, Jasper Powell is a player who is currently a non-BilSlough player. He does need the exemption passport. Last season, he just didn't really do it for us. 34 appearances, 16 of which off the bench, 3 goals, 8 assists, and Jaden Raymond really was the better player. So we've decided to give Jasper a season at Ebbsfleet in the Vanarama South to hopefully get him kicking on. We've set him a target of getting 15 assists this season. Naturally, that takes us to the ins with John Ogbenaya, who we've already talked about a little bit, one of our non-BilSlough slots. Next in was Corbin Mathunzi, a centre-half, basically trying to replace Ezra Mayers. I do think Corbyn is a good defender. He came in from Maidenhead, played 109 times there, 24 years of age, England and Zimbabwe, and he is a Zimbabwean international, which could be a bit of an issue. It means he will be going off fairly regularly, not unlike Cargbo during the season. But all in all, good physicals, he's got decent mentals, defensive attributes aren't bad. At 6'2", he'll do a job. We decided to sign Sunday Moses on a permanent transfer. He was on loan at us last season, played 23 games. Honestly, very much a squad player, but we needed players in. We've released an awful lot and let an awful lot out on loan. And I felt he can play in 3 different positions. He can be a half-decent player, might actually develop. We've obviously discussed Mark Wilson already, along with John Ogbenea. They are both players who are outside of the BilSlough region. Yaku Traore comes in as another midfield option at 5'10", probably not going to make it in that centre-half role, but he's a half-decent player, played a lot of games in non-league, Dulwich Hamlet and Accrington. He was also at Middlesbrough for 5 years without making an appearance. Once again, another one who will pad out the squad. He's okay, and it'll be interesting. I think he'll get quite a lot of minutes this season, if I'm honest with you, but time will tell. And then we come to a player who we actually paid real money for. It was in compensation, £10,000 in compensation, but we brought in Michael McDonald, Mickey McDonald, the man with the mohawk. Mickey McDonald, the mohawk. I really like the look of this lad. There's a lot going for him. The teamwork and work rate attributes obviously stand out with both being 16. We're going to be playing him in a box-to-box role is the intention. And he goes straight into our first team. He's had a good pre-season, and despite only playing 30 games in his career, 9 of them were actually for Barnsley. So that brings us to our squad, where I'm going to do a very, very quick rundown in an X Factor-esque readout of each of the players, their attributes and their match stats. Dylan Adair, Danny Imray, Michael Stickland, Justin Brierley, Musa Jimmo, Andy Stockbridge. He's not a pirate. He could be a pirate. Tommy Wingate. Arr. Why are they all pirates now? Hamzat Cargbo. Oh dear. Sam Moore. Cassie Denton. Christopher Tipple. Jaden Raymond. Jaden Quasi? I'd like to apologise for all of that. I don't really know what's going on. I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit. Here is the team, though, for the new season. It's Callum Ball 17. Callum Ball 16 was very successful last year, and we are still training that one. However, this one is slightly more reserved. We've lost an attacking midfielder, and we've brought him into central midfield. It's quite a familiar side. I've tried to keep the core of the team. If I'm honest with you, the squad is tiny. We could probably do with 2 or 3 more players. But Danny Imray is at right back with Corbyn Mathunzi, Mickey Sticky and Justin Brierley at left back with, of course, Dylan Adair in goal. John Ogbenea comes straight into the first team along with Corbyn Mathunzi, as does Michael McDonald, the Mohawk himself, with Musa Jimmo and Andy Stockbridge making up that 3 with Cargbo and Wingate. Now, I'll be honest with you, Marky Wilson will probably be a starter in there. However, he picked up an injury just before the season, so he's out for another potentially 3 weeks. Our first ever game in the Football League. So here we go, Leyton Orient at home. I'm genuinely quite nervous about this one. It's been a long time coming getting in the Football League, and I'm intrigued to see how we're going to get on. Leyton Orient are predicted, I believe, to finish 5th, so they will be the favourites for this game. We're predicted to finish 24th, so you know, not many teams will be favourites against, but the first game of the season at Arbor Park, it'll be rocking. Surely we've got a chance. Here we are. The lads are lined up with Mickey Sticky leading the team. Arbor Park is full today. The first chance we've seen 8 minutes into the game. McDonald into Jimmo. Imray now down this right-hand side. McDonald through to Tommy Wingate. Oh my goodness, how's he missed? How's he missed? He's offside. I was sure he'd going to score there. And there's another highlight almost immediately. We can't even think about the last one. McDonald, poor pass there, but Stockbridge should pick this up, but doesn't. Cunnington now into Ballard. Good tackle that from Imray there. And Tommy Wingate now picks it up. Stockbridge off to Jimmo. Musa Jimmo. Come on, get in there. Get in. We'll win the lot. 10 minutes in. Slough. I think he only scored 2 goals last season, but my goodness, he's got himself a goal in the opening day. Our first ever goal in the Football League. Stockbridge plays it through to his midfield partner, the deep line playmaker, of course, furthest forward, and he just sort of dinks it over Deterville in the Leyton Orient goal, and we're 1-0 up. Get in. I knew he'd have a bit of a go in the first game, but I didn't expect to be 1-0 up after 10 minutes. That is really, really positive. We've currently completely closed out Leyton Orient, not a single shot from them. Now, the possession is exactly equal on 50-50 though, so you'd assume they will get that chance soon. And here it is, Cunnington with the free kick, knocks it on long. Carbo clears it away initially. Enzen Home, I've got no idea how to say that name. Derry Cunnington whips it over to Robinson on the right side. Lorente, Mother Sile, not a clue. I need to learn all these players. How do you say that name? Ezenolm Shepherd. Why do they keep passing to him? I've got no idea how to say his name. Over to Welch now. Robinson now at right back. They're slowly building here, the O's. Crosses it in. It's poorly cleared away. Oh, it's a huge error by Mathunzi. And their first shot, of course, flies into the back of the net past Dylan O'Day. It's really, really poor all round. I don't know about the goalkeeping, but the defending from Mathunzi is really poor. It's crossed in. I mean, what's he done there? And I mean, O'Day, it's a volley from quite close in. I don't think we can blame him for that one. And it is 1-1. So that one shot on target broke the hearts of the Arbor Park Massive as Mathunzi makes a big error on his debut. Imre plays it into Tommy Wingate. Nice ball to Stockbridge. Men going. Danny Imre is gone. Danny Imre. Oh, he's hit the post. Deflected. It's a massive chance for Imre. Oh, should have been 2 there, really. And Leyton Orient get away with it. We're definitely the better side here as we get another highlight into Andy Stockbridge now. Mickey Sticky off to Jimmo. The goal scorer, of course, Mathunzi. Out to Imre. He's got a lot of space. He's got men in the middle. He cuts inside then shoots with his left. It's a weak effort. And he's really going for this. I don't even get a chance to breathe here. As Danny Imre now has it on the right side. Over to Justin Briley. Crosses it. It's deep to absolutely no one. Deterville will volley this one clear. Mathunzi picks it back up into McDonald. Lovely ball to Danny Imre. First time cross. And Carbo scored. He scored in the Football League. Oh, I'm so happy. Come on. It's Carbo. 200 odd goals in non-league for Slough. This is his first in the Football League. He puts it past the questionable keeping of Deterville. It's Carbo and it's 2-1. Come on. What a brilliant first half. We're 2-1 up. We have outplayed them pretty much across the pitch. They're very fortunate to be in it, but I do worry that defensively we could be frail. And before the end of the transfer window is something I'm thinking about. Are we defensively strong enough? One of the biggest things about coming to the Football League is having 7 substitutes. It is an absolutely wonderful thing to have after having 5 subs for 8 seasons. Jimmo to the edge. Briley, oh my goodness, we've scored again. Come on. We love a short corner nowadays, but it's not often to Justin Briley that we depend on. Imre gave it to McDonald. Jimmo then found Briley on the edge. You hit it first time with the inside of it, but it's a lovely finish by Justin Briley. And our vice-captain makes it 3-1. Deterville now with a long kick, which Stickland should take, and he does really, really well with there. Stickland back to Dylan O'Day, who's under no real pressure here. Ogbenea, who we've not really seen anything of, has made a massive, massive error. And it's another lad on debut who makes an error for a goal. Ballard scores it for Leyton Orient. I mean, literally, I think that's the first time we've seen him touch the ball in 53 minutes. The first touch is poor. He turns into danger. Ballard tackles him. O'Day's out of position. And it's 3-2. How are they in this game? A throw from Imre into Stockbridge. Gives it back to Danny Imre. Crosses it deep towards Hamza Carbo, whose header goes wide. Big chance there. We need that cushion. We make a triple substitution with Tipple, Denton and Raymond all coming on, the non-league stalwarts of the team. And we've still got 2 subs left to use. I'm too giddy about it. McDonald with the corner to Tipple. Flicks it on, is headed away by Welsh, but the continuation of the highlights here through Jimmo, who gives it away. Mother Seeley now, the captain of Leyton Orient. Back to Cunnington, Lorente. Nice ball inside to Arblaster, who I believe used to play for Sheffield United, didn't he? Ezenolim, is that his name? Ezenolim? Shepherd now. Every time we've seen Leyton Orient come forward, they've scored so far, which is a real worry. As Derry now hooks it over to Cunnington. Takes on Briley on this left-hand side. Cunnington gets the ball in. Mother Seeley, it's 3-3, and that's 3 chances we've seen, and all 3 have hit the back of the net. It was well worked by Leyton Orient, but it is really disappointing this, as they overloaded on this right-hand side. Cunnington whips it in, and Stickland was well out of position. It's gone underneath Dylan O'Day. Question marks over the goalkeeper, question marks over the defending. It's 3-3. A corner here for Leighton Orient. Please don't do this. Denton heads that one away. Shepherd will pick this back up now, pressured by Cargbo. Lovely little flick, that one from Welsh. Cunnington shoots. It's over the bar, and that's literally the first time we've seen them not score on an attack. Sam Moore and Traore come on for debuts here in the last 10 minutes. Sam Moore is a 6'8" centre-half, so I've brought him on naturally in wing-back. Jaden Raymond! Oh my goodness, Jaden should score. He loves a goal, Jaden Raymond, but wins the corner instead. Briley will take this one, obviously scoring from a corner last time we saw it. Could he find the big man in the middle? We've got plenty of options to aim at. He looks for Cargbo. He doesn't win the initial header. Tipple heads it down to Jaden Raymond. Jaden! Oh, it's a brilliant save from Dieterville. Oh, are we going to get a final goal in this game? Briley will take another corner, though. Another good chance for us. We love a set piece. Briley whips it to the front post. Cargbo heads in. It's well over the bar there. The time is ticking away here, and it looks like we start the season with just, a quiet 3-3 draw. They had 5 shots on target, but those last 2 were quite late on. Basically, most of the game they had 3 shots on target and scored 3 goals. With an XG of 2.91, we did get 3 goals, but we can't have teams getting a 1.42 XG and scoring 3 against us, especially when we're the home side. Something to look at, absolutely. However, it's not a bad start. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a reintroduction video, so hopefully if you're new to the series, you feel like you know a little bit more about it. But any questions in the comments would be greatly appreciated if you have got anything about the save. The next probably content of the save will be the stream on Thursday, so please do tune into that. I stream over on Twitch on twitch.tv/ycallum. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love. Goodbye.